Sahana vavatu Sahanau bhunaktu Sahaviryam karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Lord protect us. May He nourish us. May we acquire the capacity to study and understand the scriptures. May our study be brilliant and may we not cavil at each other. Om, peace, peace, peace unto us all. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to everyone. So, we welcome everyone to the Satsanga, the Sat Sai Baba Center of Arcadia. And we'll continue the study circle on Gita Vahini, which is chapter 11. And you got the soft copy, it is page 48. And you have the hard copy, you have the book, it is page 95. So we'll start with the paragraph which says, do not admit doubt into you. That's where we'll start today. So last week, three important points were covered. Number one, the importance of satsang, the importance of good company. Particularly when you are young, you should be careful because always there is distraction and people who can take you on the wrong path. So the very important is good company. Swami emphasized that very much. All the great masters, Ramana Maharshi, Sri Ramakrishna, everybody. So because when we are here, we can think, we can look only at Swami, think about Swami, talk about Swami. You go some places, they may be talking other things and your mind gets polluted. That's very important. So we should be always, what did Swami say? See good, see no evil. That means we should always look at God's picture or holy saints, holy figures, and hear good, hear no evil. So you think to scriptures, Swami's teachings, you listen to bhajans, all this will sanctify us. And do good, do no evil. So always try to be doing good things, helping others, and do that. And speak good, speak no evil. Always talk good. Don't try to hurt anybody by our words. It's very important. Swami says, talk softly, sweetly, and truthfully. That is very important. And finally, be good. And Swami said, people think very complicated. This is the way to God. So you need good to read the scriptures, Vedas, Upanishads, Gita. But essence is, this is the thing. We need to be good people. So people sometimes read scriptures, but their life, they don't lead a good life. So that is very important. For that, the holy company helps, because when you are with them, you get inspired. Oh my God, they are doing so much, I'm not doing that. Whereas somebody, you are in a rock company, they will be not doing, so you will also, whatever you do, you will forget. Second thing we discussed last week was about the faith. How important is faith? So, Saddhavan labhate jnanam. So, man with absolute faith, steady faith, is going to attain enlightenment. It's very important. Just, you should not have a wavering mind. So we also talked, even Jesus said, mustard seed of faith moves mountains. So always we should have that absolute faith. Faith in whom? Faith in God. And what else we said? Faith in the Guru. For us, Guru and God are same. faith in his teachings, the scriptures, and faith in ourselves, self-confidence. So faith, we should have the faith in the Guru, God, his teachings, and also the organization he started, because he gives the platform for us to work, to do here, sing bhajans, and do service activities, do study circle. So we should have faith in all these things. Then we will go towards the goal. And third thing is, we talked about, Swami said you need to have Shat Sampati, 6 treasures. We talked about there are many other treasures like diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and all that. But these are the most valuable treasures. Is Shat Sampati. What is that? Anybody here can repeat? Shama is control of the mind. Dhamma, control of the body and senses. Uparati, withdrawal from the outside world. Always our mind is outgoing. You want to do this, do that. So you need to still the mind. Uparati. And then you should have titiksha. In life, we get all challenges, troubles. Everybody, whether you are a poor man or you are a rich man, whether you are a scholar, you are ignorant, you are a president or a papa or king, everybody gets challenges. That is part of life. That is what Lord Krishna said. So, but you should have titiksha, forbearance, how you handle those difficulties without getting agitated, thinking everything as is prasad. And then next one is Shraddha. We already talked about this, faith. And sixth one is Samadhana. So this is part of the Satsambhati. There are 4 major. Viveka, discrimination, next Vairagya, then these 6, and then the final is Mumuksha, where is longing. So why this is, we need to go on recollecting is, unless you have credentials, you won't get it. Like even Arjuna is such a great hero, he could win, he got special astra, Pashupata astra, he has all that. So he told, Lord, I want to see your real form. So he shows him what? Vishwarupa Darshanam, cosmic form. Where, because he says, you cannot see with your ordinary eyes, Lord Krishna says, because everybody was there in the battlefield, thousands of people, all of them could not see that. Arjuna says, you cannot see with your ordinary eyes. I am giving you Dadami Divya Chakshu. I am going to give you special glasses, eyes, divine eyes. Through that only you can see that. Like you go to some of these movies, they say they give special glasses, right? 3D movies, like that. And even here we want to see some small microbes. When we became a scientist, it is there, but you can't see. But if you have a microscope, you can see it. Same thing, the galaxies, the planets are there. You can't see them, but if you have a powerful telescope, you can see. Because what the instrument, and similarly for seeing this, seeing the Lord, you need jnana scope. You need, and for that you need to have this preparation with all these things. Otherwise you can't. And such Arjuna, when he gives the cosmic vision, because he sees everything in the Lord, he sees all the planets, galaxies, sun, moon, the people who are fighting, everything he sees. And everybody is being devout, death and all that. He was scared. Then he says, oh, no, I can't take it anymore. Please resume your, my friendly form of Lord Krishna, beautiful form. See, he couldn't say this. So even why I'm telling this is, all of us need to be ready to have the vision, that's special. And second is, we need to be prepared. If you're not prepared, Arjuna was, then he had to resume this normal form. He couldn't take it. So this shows how important we need to be ready. Be spiritual practices keep us ready. That is why it is very important. So these 3 things we talked last week is the 6 treasures, unholy company, and the Shraddha. Now we will continue from there.
Sairam, do not admit doubt into you. Want of faith or steadiness is not as destructive as the venom of doubt. In its operation and consequence, it is like the tubercular bacilli. It is born in Ajnana and it penetrates into the cavity of the heart of man and breeds there. It is the parent of disaster. Therefore, destroy this demon with the sword of self-knowledge or Atmajnana. Arise, Arjuna. Engage. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading this. Engage in activity as if duty bound, and have full faith in my words. Do as I bid you, with no thought of the fruit therefrom. Be a practitioner of nishkama karma. By that renunciation, you will get established in jnana. You will win liberation from change, from birth and death. Give up the idea that you are the doer and that you are the beneficiary. You can do this by dedicating both deed and fruit to the Lord. Then, no sin can affect you, for you are not the doer, and the deed must perforce be holy. Like oil on tongue, collyrium on the eye, lotus leaf on water, the deed is with you, but of you. Whatever you do, or not, there's a not. My book doesn't have the not. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a terrible mistake. Yeah.
So I wrote it in. The deed is not with you, but of you. Whatever you do, or hear, or see, you remain unaffected, devoid of deeds, innocent of listening or seeing. The joy derived from the external world opens the gateways of grief. It is fleeting, but you are eternal, the very source of bliss, above and beyond all this, the Atma Swarupa itself. That is your genuine nature. You are unrelated to these activities that are called deeds and these consequences, which you now mistake as real. You are not the doer. You are just the witness, the seer. All your perplexity has arisen from the delusions that you are the doer, from your ego and the sense of mine. Know the Brahman. Take up all tasks but renounce the consequences. Giving up the fruit of activity is far superior to giving up the activity of activity itself. Karma yoga is far superior to karma sannyasas. So I stop there for a minute because it's pretty loaded. I actually love this passage. I read it a few times because to me, it's very powerful. And I think this entire sacred song that the Lord shares with Arjuna and essentially with us is so beautiful because we look at Arjuna's journey and we talk about how Kurukshetra, we are always in Kurukshetra. Every day, every minute is some sort of battle. But the battle a lot of times is within ourselves. And that's what Lord Krishna says here. When the doubt sometimes that Arjuna might have to do something like kill his family members or fight this battle, when you take yourself out of it, when you detach from this identification with the physical form and you understand that everything arises from the Lord's will, then that is how your doubts slowly sheds. I love this comparison to basically TB bacteria, where it's almost this insidious force that overcomes. And I think when we think of any time in our lives when something has happened and we've had any doubt that should I do this or is this a decision I should make? Swami has always shown us the direction to go. And whenever we follow that direction, we can never go wrong. I also really love this whole section about nishkama karma, because that's something I think for a lot of us, it's sort of a hard concept. And I think here, not just dedicating the deeds that you do to the Lord, but also releasing the attachment to the fruit, not even offering the fruit unless whatever that is you're receiving, whether it's sweet, whether it's sour, it's always a blessing from the Lord. And understanding that and detaching from anything positive or negative, and just knowing that it's your dharma, it's your path, and it's part of your growth. And I think this is the journey that we see Arjuna on throughout this whole battle, where he's having this beautiful conversation with the Lord, who is his best friend, and he's struggling, but then you have Lord Krishna so lovingly guiding him through that struggle, on that journey with through that battle.
Yeah, you made 2 points. One is Kurukshetra, a meaning in Sanskrit. Kuru means do or action. Kshetra means field. It is a field of activity. So every one of us is in field of activity. That's why you are in Kurukshetra. Everyone is in Kurukshetra, because we are all, as long as you live, as long as you breathe, as Lord Krishna says, you are always involved in activity. Only when you leave the breath, the minute you are dead, that is the time you no more action. Till then we go on active. So this field of activity. And second is the beginning of the Gita itself says, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre, he says. This battlefield, this field of action is not an ordinary, it's a field where the dharma is practiced. So in life also, wherever we are involved in activities, we are involved in activity at individual level, or family, on the work level, or in society, organization. So you should be involving dharma. So it's very important. So just says, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. You try to be, that is why this is the only scripture. Other scriptures, Bhagavata, it is given on the shore of the river, and most of the Upanishads given the caves, forests. But where is this Bhagavad Gita is given? In the middle of battlefield, because we are all in the middle of battlefield, but how do you face the challenges? How do you win the battle? So just dedicating everything to God. That is the secret. So Lord was so compassionate, using Arjuna as an excuse. Arjuna's another name is called Partha. Do you know that? He addresses Partha. Why is called Partha? He is son of Prithvi. Prithvi means earth. So, and Swami says that way we are all Parthas. We are all children of Mother Earth. So this whole celestial song, the Bhagavad Gita, is for the redemption of the whole humanity. So that is what, and the whole secret is very simple. He had to do the war. He wanted to run away from the war. That's all right. That's all he wanted. Just for that, to motivate, this is all the Lord Krishna is a great motivational speaker. So people talk about the one who threw away all his weapons, say, I don't want anything to do that. So he made him turn around with all his logic, but finally his divine grace. Finally, at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, it says, Harishye vachanam tava. I will do what you say. First he was giving argument, no, it's not good, it's better to go to kill, isn't it a sin to kill all those people? So many arguments. Finally he says, now my nashto moho, my delusion is gone, I will do what you say. So that is what for all of us. Sometimes life dilemmas, confusion, questions come, so you just pray to the Lord, He will guide you. That is how Lord Krishna guided. But another thing here he was talking about, his whole problem is doership. That is why the whole thing is in life, the karma, the action, we are all Kurukshetra, action. Two things bind us. One is Kartrutva and Bhoktrutva, that I am the doer and I want the results, I am the enjoyer. So that is the whole thing. That is why action, good action gives good results, bad action gives bad results. So that is the thing. But really what Lord Krishna is telling, you need to go beyond the both. Because good, bad, definitely you should not do bad. Then you will be in hell or negativity. But do good. But that good, if you do, you will go to heaven. But after you finish, you have to come back. But even the good, if you do in this nishkama, that means, Lord, I don't want the good merit, the punya, just offer it to you. Then even the good action won't bind. Like Swami Vivekananda said, that in life, the chain is like iron chain, bad action. And good action is gold chain, but both will bind you, whether iron chain doesn't bind you or gold chain, both. So when you dedicate that actions to God, neither will bind you. But for that, you should have two things. You should think that God is only the doer, and all the results go to only God. Those two things we should have. That is why this Swami says actions could be compared to a snake. Right? Snake bites you and then injects poison in you. How? Through that fangs. Two fangs it has got, through which it injects poison in you. Swami beautifully said, those two fangs of poison are Artrutva and Bhoktruta. I am doing this and I want the results. Or Ahankara or Mamakara. I am the one who want it, I want it. But once you remove those two fangs, does the snake, can it hurt you? No, it cannot hurt you. Similarly, once we get out of those two feelings, it's not easy, but it always comes with constant practice. So then you get rid of those doership and enjoyership. Because ultimately, God is the only doer. That is very important. Actually, you should, all of you read when next time, Sloka 61 in chapter 18. There it says, Ishvara sarvabhutanam hurdeshe arjuna tishtati. Says, Lord resides in all beings in the resident of the heart. For everybody. You, small boy or big boy, woman, man, everybody is. He says, he didn't say that only I will in men. Ishvara sarvabhutanam. That means even you see a goat or you see a cow, in every animals, plants, bhutanam means even the plants, everything has got that immanent divinity. Then what does he say? Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantrarudhani maya. I am making everybody dance around me like on the machine, the thing like you go into some of these places where they do, what is that thing, merry-go-round. So that guy is swinging and everybody is going round like that. He says, Sarvabhutani Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantrarudhani Maya. By Maya, I will. That means we are all the puppets and he is the puppeteer. That is why Sri Ramakrishna's famous thing, Mother, I am the machine and you are the operator. So he is the one who, we need to have that conviction. But a lot of time is we forget that. I remember one of the devotees was telling, he wrote a book and then says, Swami was very happy. So only you are the one who wrote the thing. Yeah, it is coming from here, lips, not from the heart. So Swami wants us to have the feeling that really you mean to that. And one time I remember my father said, Swami, I'm just the instrument, Swami, you made me write. Swami says, I don't need instruments. So even instrumental ego is also bad. So just think, he is everything. He is the producer, director, actor, everything. So we get carried away that we are the doer. It is not that easy. You want to make comment?
Sairam, I was just going to say, I think going along with what you're saying, whenever we have this, when we leave it to Swami or leave it to God, many times the direction might change a little bit. I call them pivots. So sometimes you pivot in another direction, but then that becomes the better direction. And it's hard to understand that because many times the path there can be somewhat painful, but it's usually those painful moments where you're starting to shed, you talk about like the snake, you're starting to shed your skin and then you go in another direction and everything, and the result, the outcome is really the blessing that we receive.
Yeah, whenever there is challenges, it's like people go to the gym. But what is going to gym? Is causing pain to yourself. You hit there, and do this, sweat there, and oh my, then body ache, pain. Why are you doing all that pain? So that your health better, right? That is the purpose. Is if you say it doesn't make a difference in your health, you will be the same way, nobody will go to gym. Because you go to gym, you will improve with the health. Similarly, in spiritual life, these troubles and tribulations, ups and downs, like going to this is the gym in the world. So the more you are, you okay, this is life. It is. There will be challenges. There will be ups and downs. You take it in that spirit, so that you are not agitated like before. Like I can tell you about, I'm so obsessive about time. I want sometimes on me. So it sometimes in India it was even more problem for me because they are their own. Even here sometimes. So 45 years ago I used to go to some satsang and all that. So suddenly you don't have control. There's an accident something. And I got so agitated. My God, I will be delayed by 15 minutes. What to do there? So because then after a while, Swami showed me the way. It is his will. So our duty is, you say it takes about an hour, you start hour and 15 minutes. But still that happens. It is not, it is, he is in control. So that lesson I learned, then after that it doesn't bother me. So life, everything, you need to take it as his prasad, joyfully accept whatever he gives, and he will give you the troubles. So Swami said, test is my taste, and show me one devotee of the Lord who didn't go to troubles, whether it is Swami's devotees like Professor Kasturi and so many of those devotees, and Lord Krishna's devotees, Mirabai and Tukaram. So all those great devotees, because that is the way to the even the Christian mystics, Sufi mystics, everybody goes through that, because that is the only way. Swami says, he calls us Bangaru. Why? Gold. Why? So because whenever you are say gold, Swami says, be watch out. That means you are trouble circumstance. Somebody says, hey, Bangaru. Because how does the gold become pure? You take the gold and you put it in the crucible. And then once then all the impurities are gone. Then you take it, beat it up, and then knead it and make it a nice jewel. So to become a nice necklace or something, it has to be first put in the crucible and then kneaded and melted and do that. Similarly, if we want to become a jewel adorning the Lord's necklace, we need to be prepared for that. We don't welcome Lord. We only accept, the only person who welcomed trouble is Mother Kunti. She said, Lord Krishna, please give me more and more troubles so that I can think about you. Because ultimately, the most important thing is to be able to think God. If we get wonderful luxury, go to all that, and you forget God, actually that is a punishment, because the most important gift from God is be able to think about Him. The minute you forget about Him, so that means that is your downfall. So we should always pray, Lord, always give me opportunity, be able to think of you all the time and serve you all the time. That is very, very important. For that you need to say He is the, so it is in His hands. So you pray, please take me towards you instead of taking towards the world. Even in the Bible, it says, Lord, lead me not into temptations. Because when you go into temptations, that is the downfall. So just always, Lord. So I remember 20 years ago, there was the endocrine conference. Usually they have it in Atlanta, New York, but this time they had in Las Vegas. I said, yeah, let us go. It's okay with conference. So Paris has some hotel, they had it. Now to register, go for registration, I have to go to this slot machine, people smoking, my God, I thought I'll get dizzy and fall down. So just finally, I went registered. I told them, why did you arrange in this place? We have so many places. Oh, people, you don't like it, doctor, but a lot of people like it, this place too. So then anyway, next day I checked out and went to a different place. So because these vibrations really affect, we need to be very careful because it pollutes our brain.
We have an observation.
Huh?
We have one question.
Okay, go ahead.
One observation and one question based on two striking statements in the book. Doubt is worse than lack of faith. I had assumed that they are both same. First time I heard that doubt is a step lower. Second one, worldly pleasures open the gates to suffering. Should we make efforts to avoid worldly pleasures and lead ascetic lives? Are we doomed if we enjoy worldly pleasures and comforts?
Yeah, that is one. Both are good questions. So just first is lack of faith. Some people don't believe in God. They may not. They're like agnostic. So they just say, "I don't believe in Swami." But the doubt is worse because you are doubting. Oh, he's really God. He does a bad thing. So all the negativity. So that is worse than so having not have faith. If you don't have faith, you don't do harm. But you have doubts that could spread. And second thing is worldly pleasures. Even though nobody would like to hear, it is really like Swami says, like you take to the ocean some nice big vessel, put the water, come back and see this is what happened to the water. Because they said, hey, watch, there were a lot of holes to which it went. And similarly, the sense pleasures are the ones. So everything says, that is why clearly Swami says, bend the body, but bend the senses, and the mind. So just you need to have this sense control. It's not easy. So even Lord Krishna says in Gita, we'll talk some other time because I want to briefly talk about Ganesha. You wanted me to talk. So these senses are the things. That is why Swami was telling Dasharatha was in trouble because he has three wives. He went through and he died in a miserable way. Kaikeyi and Kausalya and Sumitra. So three wives had a problem. One wife will be problem, but three wives is more problem. But each one have so you'll have 10 wives. How can you think? We all have 10 wives. What are those 10 wives, Prajna? 5 organs of action, Karmendriyas, Jnanendriyas. So because I want to put the seed, we should be put in when you are small.
Not that seed. I want to Adishankaratlo.
Yeah. So just these things, 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas. These are the 10 wives. That is when you are. That is why we said see good eyes, ears, hands, feet. So, but these 10 wives could be used for good thing. You can use the hands for worship of God. Use the legs, feet to go towards a place of worship. And you should use the mouth to talk about God, ears to talk hear about God. So all these sense organs, nose, smell nice incense, and eating tongue, eat nice prasad in the offering to the God. So everything, the same sense organs could be sanctified by using it for divine purposes. That is what constantly, that should be a constant practice. So sense pleasures, it is the downfall. Great masters did that. So we should be careful and pray to Swami. Just if you want to have listen to nice music, nothing wrong. Listen to nice bhajans. If you want to have nice food, offer to Swami and eat nice food. You want to talk about something instead of gossiping, talk about God. So just use the sense organs, but very clearly, Lord Krishna, I actually go to chapter 12. The Bhakti Yoga says, Sanniyam Indriya Gramo Sarvatra Samabuddhaya. These two are the qualifications. Mastery of the senses is very important. Not easy. You need a constant practice. That's why we talked last time that like a turtle, when it sees the noxious symbols, it withdraws its limbs into its shell so that nobody can attack them, right? With the shell, it takes away its limbs. Similarly, a wise man, when he sees these distractions outside, he should withdraw himself. First, if possible, should run away from that temptation places. If you cannot, at least when you're there, your mind should take away the focus from there.